to learn how to establish a diaphragmatic breath. So if your regular practice of breathing is through the mouth, then the first thing we want to change to allow for some calm in the body is by breathing through the nostrils. So as you take an in-breath, an inhalation, it's through the nostrils. And as you take an exhalation, it's also through the nostrils. Now, once you've established that step, the next step is avoiding breathing through the chest. So a lot of people, when they inhale, will inhale through the chest like this. And what that causes is a very agitated nervous system where we tend to be more anxious and more stressed out. So in order to calm that, we need to be able to take a deeper breath into our lower abdomen. So today, when you've completed step 1, that is learning how to breathe through the nostrils, then we'll move to step 2, which is then breathing very deeply into the abdomen. And the way that that goes is when you inhale, you guide the breath deeply into the abdominal area. And the work the diaphragm is doing as you inhale and exhale is that as you're inhaling, the abdomen will move forward. And as you exhale, it will draw in towards the spine. What happens a lot is once we learn the technique of breathing into the abdomen, then the process is reversed. So it's really important to pay attention that when we're inhaling, the navel center draws forward, and as we exhale, the navel center draws in. The easiest way to learn or establish diaphragmatic breathing is in a pose called crocodile. And for crocodile pose, what we want to do is work with gravity. So we're coming down onto our mat, separating the feet, toes turned out, and then holding the upper arm bones, resting the forehead on the forearms. And if you notice that my chest is not on the ground, so it's just my belly that is resting on the floor. And what I'll do here is that I'm going to inhale and exhale into my navel center. So you can go ahead and try this and notice that as you're inhaling, the belly is pushing towards the mat. And as you exhale, it draws away from the mat. And that in turn will allow your spine to rise and fall. And that's actually the easiest position to establish a diaphragmatic breath. Another way that we can do that is simply seated, placing our hands at our belly and closing our eyes. Taking a deep breath in, guiding that breath into the abdomen. Inhale as the belly floats forward. And exhale as the navel draws into the spine. What is important is that we find a nice, comfortable seated posture. So if it's difficult for you to sit on a floor, grab a chair, and making sure that when you are seated, that you're stacking your shoulders right above your hips and your chin is slightly tucked, and you're resting in a very comfortable posture. Legs can be crossed as well. Okay, so give that a go. Deeply breathe into the navel center, inhaling as your navel floats forward, and exhale as the navel draws in. One more time. Last breath. It's very important here to notice how you feel after you diaphragmatically breathe and start to incorporate this in your daily life. Thank you.